far because you're standing on line, wrapped a couple of times around the building to get into one of Bobby Chez stores in New Jersey. That's not the most fun experience, even though you're going to eat something delicious at the very end of it. You don't have to live in New Jersey. You don't have to wait on a line. And the Good Friday that's coming up is their second busiest day of the entire year, just before or just after Christmas time. Bobby Chez himself is here, the gentleman who really changed the whole idea of a crab cake.
Hi.
From the Maryland style to something very uniquely his own with a recipe he had with his mom. How are
Hi.
you, sir? Nice to have you here. And I am
Happy
so
Easter, happy
excited
holidays.
about these. Happy Easter to you.
Shannon, these
Yes.
are like our original crab cakes that we won the awards the last 2 years for crab cakes and best seafood.
That's right.
Except we don't flour them. It's the same roux inside, the same jumbo lump crab meat that's inside.
So no panko breadcrumbs on
There's
this
no
one.
panko.
That's the big
there's,
difference.
There's no batter. It's not dipped in the milk before you put the panko breadcrumbs in. But as you can see, it's all jumbo lump inside, and it's only 88 calories.
This is incredible because this is new this month in the 10 count. We have had this recipe on before, presented inside the crab shell, exactly the way you see it here, in an 8 count. And in the 8 count, it was such a delicious recipe. It was customer top rated. So we're bringing you more of what you originally loved. So you and 9 of your guests, all told, can be enjoying these. And the presentation, Bobby, is second to none.
That, we do a little extra at Bobby Chez. Instead of just putting this in a little metal tin and you bake it in the oven, we got a natural crab shell. We put the filling inside, the all jumbo lump crab meat with the creamy roux, and then we bake it in the oven for like 20 minutes at 400.
Absolutely.
And they come out
beautiful.
perfect.
And you know what? This has been broiled. So once again, when you think about your calories, well under 100 calories. Did you say 88,
88.
my dear? This is 3.5 ounces in size. So you feel good about what you're eating because it uses the jumbo lump crab
It's all
meat.
jumbo lump.
Do you have an extra fork over there, my
Sure,
dear?
right here.
Thank you so very much.
Help yourself.
This to me, if you're ordering this today and you're ordering with your major credit card and you want to put something on the table for Good Friday, anything that is frozen should be arriving on time for that particular event on Friday. This I wouldn't even be able to find in a high-end 5-star restaurant. It is just spectacular in its presentation.
It really is, and it's great for appetizers. It's great for main course. It's great for brunch for Easter, and especially for Good Friday. And you'll have them in time for Good Friday.
So let's talk about your passion for using jumbo lump crab meat, because a lot of people use a lot of other things in their cakes.
You can use other crab meat, but it cheapens the product. We use 100% jumbo, and that what makes our crab cakes a little bit better than everybody else's.
What an experience. You know what? That's what this is. This is not just, oh, I think I'm going to have a crab cake today. This is an experience that you sit down, you take the time, you enjoy it with your family and friends. Everyone oohs and ahs over the presentation. And then when they have it, they're saying to themselves, this doesn't taste super salty. This doesn't taste like it's overloaded with very strong spices, because that's not what this recipe is about. It's about, oh, you looking for this?
There it is. Each one's
highlighting the crab meat, which is
Each one's
important.
individually wrapped, which makes it a special, rather than having them packed in bulk. We did each one individually. We vacuum sealed them. So this is how it will come to you. You'll get 10 3.5-ounce crab cakes in the natural crab shell.
I love this. I love it.
And we
It's
think
so
it's
delicious.
special, the way we package it. It's like a diamond in the rough. It's just sitting there, sitting in the plastic, waiting to be opened and put in your oven.
And when you put this in your oven, just before we get there, I want to remind you about the Easy Pay. Many times Bobby does not have Easy Pay, and his foods are very, very popular. So the fact that you can bring this home for $22.49 a month with your shipping included. You can even lock that Easy Pay into auto delivery every 4 months for 1 full year, and keep these coming, because if you've had the ones with the panko breadcrumbs that look like they're shaped like the ball, but maybe you're on a diet where you have to do less carbs and you don't want to have those panko breadcrumbs, this is a way to get that delicious recipe coming into your home. And in all honesty, I think it's one of the most spectacular dishes you've ever done.
Well, like I said, it's what makes it great. Besides being a regular crab cake without the breadcrumbs, you're not dipping it in flour to give you more, to make it fattening. You're not putting batter. You're not putting it in milk and breading it with the panko breadcrumbs. It's just the natural crab meat, the jumbo lump, with the creamy roux, baked in a natural crab shell.
Beautiful. Now, and you know what? When I take a look at this on the table, oh, I'm so sorry. I totally got into your camera shot.
It's all right.
When I look at this on the table, I love that with Easter coming, this works well for brunch. This works well for dinner. This works well as almost a little appetizer that everyone gets as like a first course on their plate. If you're going to have a ham or something else that's coming.
Ham, prime rib, whatever. Allen's cheesecakes for dessert, whatever.
Fabulous.
You know, it's a QVC Easter.
That's right, it is, and I believe that 200 of these have just gone out the door. This becomes the hero for your table. I mean, if you take a look at the way this has been presented, this will get there on time for Easter, but to me, all of your seafood recipes are for holidays and beyond, because now that we're getting into spring and summertime, I love to have the dishes be lighter and brighter and focus more on these sort of lighter proteins rather than everything being so dense and heavy all the time.
And this is it. I mean, 88 calories. It's a
That
great crab
gets
cake,
me.
all jumbled up. In fact, I wanted to die for 3 weeks and I lost 21 days. So I think I'm gonna start eating these.
Oh, well, you know what? In all honesty, when you realize your serving size, they're 3.5 ounces. And so general serving sizes for your protein are usually about a 4-ounce size.
Right.
This would be perfectly fine for me. You put your side dish, you put your salad, or you put whatever starch or something you want to put on the side. You get to enjoy every single savory bite, because this is just a perfect example right here. This is jumbo lump crab meat. If this were done by a machine, everything would be lost. The whole thing would be pulverized and there would be no texture left. And that's why I love that you respect the crab. You maintain the integrity of that delicious meat and all of your recipes.
From the day we started, when my mom and I started the business 18 years ago, every crab cake till today is hand rolled, because if you put it through a machine, you wouldn't have the jumbo lumps. They would disappear, they would become shreds. And that's why each one is individually made from day one. And we're proud of that. We take a little extra time, we buy a little extra better quality, and we're proud of that. And that's a Bobby Chez brand.
And it shines in the recipe. So my question for you is, how do we prepare them? Do we need to thaw them first, or do we cook them?
No, just take them right from the freezer, unwrap them out of the individually wrapped package, put them in the oven for 20 minutes at 425, 400. You'll see, you get the directions, because each oven is a little bit different. Right? And they're going to come out perfect every time.
Look at that. You get this delicious little crust on top. But there's no panko breadcrumbs in this particular mix. And each one of these entree sizes breaks down to 88 calories. 300 of these have gone right out the door. So my suggestion, if you're getting these, and again, you're getting a set of 10. The set of 8 that we had on previously in the exact same recipe, customer top rated. So I love the fact that we're bringing you 2 more of what you loved in that assortment, but the 10 count is new this month. It's just under $90, which also means they're less than $9 a crab cake. It's a 50315, and it's not even a crab cake. Like, it's less than $9 for this amazing entree per piece. Bobby, if I don't see you, happy Friday.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Okay,
Lovely to see you.
Good to be here.
Okay, before we get to some beautiful Belgian waffles, Rick, are you going to tell? Am I going to tell this? Are you going to chat about it?
I'm just going to give everybody an update, Sharon, that the